Hello all, welcome to Sand Compounding. A very big distressful trend that has been developing recently is the impact of financial stress, financial burden that is causing stress on human lives. And I was really distressed by reading a recent survey done by Go Banking Rates, wherein I read that 58% of Americans have less than $1,000 in their savings account. And this has been the trend over the last few years, not only in America, across the globe. Financial burden is becoming one of the top three reasons for human distress as well as depression. And rightly so, to avoid this, what are the solutions that we can achieve? And that's what we are going to delve into in today's session. Especially this survey found something very interesting. Millennials, the new generation, seems to be saving more than the older generation. And men seems to be saving efficiently better than women. And most of the Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and the reasons for that could be multitude. It could be a confluence of factors, could be like vacations, it could be discretionary expenses and many other things, so which is not a good sign. So this trend is disturbing, and apparently the survey also revealed that one third of the population is doing the savings for retirement planning. And I was surprised to see that financial freedom is not even a goal for which people save the money for. They rather save it as only for retirement planning. That only one third of the population. We always say do not plan for a retirement, rather plan for financial freedom, so that you don't have to retire. Rather, you can do for the rest of your life what you love, do the work what you love, and that is so powerful. So planning for financial freedom is very important. Here are three solutions I thought about, after going through this survey, how to efficiently do the savings. The most prominent and profound way to improve your savings is to procrastinate your expenses and discretionary buying. Stop upgrading as much we can on the phones, on the next versions of watches, and on the cars, and many other discretionary things which we can delay the gratification, which we can delay the purchases. And that's procrastination is powerful only in one area, which is if you can procrastinate expenses and do not procrastinate savings. So procrastination is great if you can do that on the expenses, especially on the discretionary expenses. The second solution I can think of is to avoid debt. Debt is a very powerful impediment in your savings and financial goals, especially when there is high interest that we have to pay, and it's a financial binding which lays as a sword on top of our head, and it becomes very scary when we tend to be insecure about our work and jobs. And rightly so, you can improve your monthly savings if you can reduce the debt. And the solution number three I can think of is to start savings much early, as well as however small that amount is. Many of us have the thought process of not starting saving, thinking what $50 a month could make a difference. But trust me, over long periods of time, that can pile up and become huge compounded wealth. So savings in autopilot mode, however small, is a very important thing. And do not disrupt this process of savings systematically. No matter what comes in, there are many times when the markets are down, say 10-15%, we tend to think that this market is not going to give good returns, and we tend to sell all the stocks and mutual funds and go and buy real estate. That's a very wrong thing to do. If you are having a financial goal and stick to that for 20 years, you have to stick to that for 20 years. These are some of the efficient hacks I thought that could bring a peaceful financial life and peaceful financial planning for us over long periods of time. Hope this was useful.